we call it a God doc because it's huge for us. For a personal trainer, it's not that big. All your services, how much it costs, how many people you got in them, what your expenses are for the overheads, and then what your profit for that service is. So the one I did yesterday for my mentoring client, was face-to-face, online, small group training.
Yep.
3 items. How many is in them? What are you charging for them? What profit are you making? And then we went, okay, you want to make this dollar figure. For him, it was $150, $3K a week.
Yeah.
So 3, 6 is $12K a month. You need to go from 25 face-to-face and 2 online to more than that. What's the fastest way to do that if you want that quickly?
Yeah.
You're very skilled in face-to-face and your online hasn't cracked yet.
Yeah.
Do you go straight to 40 face-to-face sessions? 20 hours a week, still in half-hour sessions? Like, just do that. And I think this is where the defining success thing gets in the way. There are people out there that are starting podcasts, doing workshops, fucking going to Airbnbs to film content, blah, 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 blah. Because they want to do 10K months before they make the calls, before they make the appointments, before they would do the gym floor, before they put out 4 posts a week, before they're consistent with fucking anything.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like they have like an acquisition pathway already, but they don't want to utilize that.
Yeah.
So they try other things, but if they just went all in on the one
Basics.
offer,
the
one thing,
get
themselves into a position where they have the finances and stuff, and it's like, what doors does that open if you are making the money?
Yeah.
And then, what can you do with that?
And the conversation I had yesterday was like, I love workshops. We built our brand and reputation off doing them. And group projects and all that sort of shit. Like, we built STC off the back of those.
Yeah.
We always did the thing first.
Yeah. I actually put that in we're going to have like a resource section in Standout, and that's going to be one of the topics, like how to run a workshop.
Yeah.
Like just everything involved in it.
And I think it's great, but if you need 5 appointments a week,
it's not
a workshop a month, isn't it?
No, absolutely not. Like I did a mentoring call during the week, and the goal is obviously to get more face-to-face clients, and we were like, well, how do we get people into the gym?
Yeah.
And they were like, well, a workshop would be great.
Yeah.
And then making it specific to X outcome. And I'm like, perfect. And I'm like, when are you going to get that? Because I'm like, these are all the things you need.
Yeah.
You know, you need a campaign, you need to create hype.
Yeah.
Like you need location, you need the workshop itself, all that. And they were like, oh, I'll get it done in February. And I'm like, done by February. And I'm like, okay, so what do you do for the leads this month?
Yeah.
And then they were like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we need I'm like, yes, work on that.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you need
stuff now.
You need leads this month.
Yeah.
You know, and they're like, oh, I've got two coming. I'm like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
But you don't, like, two's
predictable.
Yeah, and 2 doesn't cut it.
Yeah.
Like, that's not.
Yeah.
Your goals are X, Y, Z. Your income threshold that we want to break through next is this. I'm like, we need to think about something now and something in the future. So I'm like, you've got to go with the lower hanging fruit that's going to get traction quickly.
Yeah.
And also on top of that, think about these things like the workshops.
Yeah. So that's like the trainer I was speaking to was like, oh, well, I've had like 3 people that are going to come to the workshop, and then I'll message them and see if they want to do PT. I'm like, we've got 15 sessions, Dad. 3 people that are maybe going to come.
Yeah.
Maybe. They're probably going to ghost you afterwards. You might get 1 client out of it, which is awesome. Great.
It's a lot of time for chance.
And that's what I said. I'm like, how long do you think it's going to take you to produce this? I don't know, 5 hours. Okay. If I put you on the phone for 5 hours, what happens? Probably 5 clients. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's do the 5 calls first, the 5 hours of calls first.
Yeah.
We had this discussion literally this week, about potentially running a retreat.
Yeah.
Then we're like, okay, we're swamped already at the moment. We could do this thing to cover the cost of this other thing, basically. So it was like, how do we pay for ourselves to go to Thailand?
Yeah.
And it was like, I think you used the metric of 10 hours. I think it'd be conservative 10, probably 15 to 20.
Oh, of course.
And it depends on like how far you want to drive that out in terms of...
Yeah, at the expense of what as well?
So it's like, we've got to sit down and plan what the weekend's going to be. 3. We got to write it out. Then you got to write the slides. Then you got to put marketing together. Then you got to do all the DMs. Then you got to follow up all the questions. Then you got to manage the payments because we're going to pay in a payment plan.
Yeah.
Then you got to talk to the travel agent. Then you got to talk to the vendors. Then something's going to go wrong, and then you got to present for 2 days.
Yeah, and then one person's going to not come and want their money back, and then that's
Someone's going to deal with that.
Yeah.
So let's say it's 30 hours.
Yeah, you're charging out $250 an hour.
So
minimum.
Even if we were just like, all right, over the next, we leave in 12 weeks. What's that? 2 hours a day. What's 30 divided by 12? Help.
30 divided by 12 is,
2.5.
Yeah, I was just going to say 3.
If you and I sat on our DMs for 2.5 hours for the next 12 weeks, how much money you reckon we make?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you're getting a client at least.
Yeah.
Per week doing that.
Oh,
at $80 a week times 12.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like you put that time in somewhere else.
Yeah.
What's the outcome? Yes, there's fulfillment. Yes, there's branding. Yes, there's recycled content.
Yeah,
and there's benefits to doing it. It's not saying never step out of your comfort zone.
We also said that like it's just poor timing. Like we're willing to. We're just like balls deep in a push right now.
Yeah.
And we're changing the way the business runs.
Yeah.
So we can't commit to another thing.
Yeah. That we've got to learn and understand.
Yeah, because it's like we just said before, it's like you add another thing and then you're trying to learn all this stuff and that's going to affect how you implement these new content strategies, this new sales pathway, this new messaging, this new service. Like that's just not worth it.
Yeah, I agree.
And we can only take on so much.
Yeah. So that's literally the math we ran.
Yeah.
If we take that time, put it somewhere else, what's the outcome? And this kind of seems like not a smart thing to do.
I think the sooner you I think the sooner you value your time like that, the better decisions you make.
100%.
Yeah. Like even just for me to drive out a bunch of weight trees to U Strong, I'm like, it's worth paying the $600 to just buy them and deliver them to U Strong.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to spend a whole day traveling there. Mm-hmm. I can get that time back.
Yeah.
Like I can get that back, no problems.
Yeah.
It's just like always trying to work off that. And I get it at the start, like, there's going to be people listening to this where it's like, they're not in a position to do that. And that's totally fine. Like you are going to have to put the hours in and the grunt work and stuff.
Yeah.
But there's going to be people that are maybe getting really close to like 10K a month and even just are there and beyond. And it's like, you've got to start looking at that return. Like you've got to start looking at where's the best time spent and what's the best bang for my buck.
So the call that I did yesterday was that. It was if you do 5 appointments, 20 DMs, 4 posts, 4 spoken stories, 2 CTAs, you track your business metrics. If you do that every single week, your business will grow. If that takes you 5 hours a week and you're coaching for 20, do whatever the fuck you want for the other 15. Like so we had an opportunity to go look at a gym during the week. And so I haven't told you this story. I got a message Sunday night.
Yeah.
Someone's selling a gym within 10 minutes of a gym we already manage. Should we offer the members something? Should we talk to the staff? How do we leverage this? And I was like, let's buy it.
Yeah.
And the owner was like, fuck, didn't think of that. Okay. I'm like, all right, when's your meeting? I'm coming. Between 12 and 3. Sweet. Can I work from your gym? Yep. All right, I'll be there at 12. Didn't hear anything. Not confirmed. Guy's being sketchy. Fuck, don't know.
Yeah.
All right. I messaged you and I was like, hey, can we do I was going to move your call to the next day.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, maybe I'll just do all the calls audio. Well, I'm like fucking all over the place. And in the end, I was like, I'll just do the calls and then I'll head out there whenever. He's like, oh, it's probably going to be 3 o'clock. Okay, cool. So it's an hour and 10 minutes for me. Gets to 90 minutes out. I've got to go get fuel and I've got to get to this place. And I messaged our guy. I'm like, I need to leave now. Like, have we heard anything?
Is this happening?
He's like, no. I was talking to my wife and she's like, what are you going to do? I'm like, I've done a lot of things in my career that other people would have looked at and went, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Why are you doing that? That have paid off exceptionally. So I'm going.
Fucking up.
I got 20 minutes into the drive, got the confirmation for 3 p.m. So I still didn't know when I left home.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if this guy's even going to be there. Got the confirmation, like, yep, all right, we're fucking on. Let's go. The deal we wanted didn't play out. Just circumstances aren't going to work.
Yeah.
Great conversation, and it'll still be really beneficial to the gym. Like, we build a good relationship, and he trusts us, and we transfer a lot of the members across and stuff. So we're not buying another gym. Thank fuck.
Yeah.
But I could do that because I'd already done my check-in for myself. I'd already done the team call. I'd already measured everything I needed to measure. It meant I was like, okay, so the content is the most important. I can get a post out for myself tonight, and I can catch up tomorrow because I've got to do learn content tomorrow, and I haven't missed a post this week. So it's like those things matter the most because that's what's going to generate the revenue. There's an opportunity, go.
Yeah, you're not replacing the opportunity with.
Whereas what most people are doing is like, I'm
done.
making $1,000 a week. The secret to a 10K a month's a podcast.
Yeah,
It's like, no, it's not.
absolutely.
And they stopped doing the thing that got them to 1,000. That's the biggest problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they stopped the phone calls. They stopped it's like, I'm above that now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the worst mentality you can have.
All right. So going back to the point, defining success for 2025, what does it look like? Income, hours worked, hours spent doing whatever the other thing that is important to you, probably training. The amount of PTs that don't make time for their training is really important.
Yep.
Family, friends, whatever that is. Travel. How many weeks off are you going to have?
Yeah, some people, if they value it, yeah.
For us, at one point, it was how many times you get to play golf a week. Like, what does success actually mean? Write it down, define it, and then build your business towards it.
Yeah.